Hey, what's going on? This is Deepo Adesina coming to you again with another value-added content. And of course, today I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 dimensions of building wealth, right? Now, here's the deal. The truth is, when you talk about wealth, most people think you're talking about money. Now, that's true to a certain degree because money is part of being wealthy, but by itself does not equal to wealth. And that's the reason why I'm sharing with you the 5 dimensions of wealth, so you can get a better understanding of what makes up wealth, and also to know which one you might be lacking in, so that way you can start building in that particular area. Okay, so as we look at the 5 dimensions of wealth, all right, I'm going to start with the first one. All right, the first component of wealth, and this is not in any particular order, okay, but it will make sense by the time that I'm done. They're all equally important. The first dimension is what I call intellectual wealth. I hope I spelled that correctly. So excuse my spelling if it's not spelled correctly, right? Intellectual wealth. Now, what is intellectual wealth? Intellectual wealth basically means what you know. How smart or how intelligent are you up here? Now, when you talk about smart or being intelligent, it has nothing to do with how well you did in school. You know, how many A's you got, whether you're a 4.0 student, that's great, but it has nothing to do truly with what I call intellectual wealth. Take, for example, I personally didn't do well in school. I failed all throughout my elementary school, repeated the 8th grade, went to 4 different high schools and failed in each one, and I barely made it out of college. However, when you talk about doing pretty well in life, I think I've done pretty well and I'm still growing, okay? But it wasn't because of the knowledge or the information that I received while I was in school. It was really what I did or what I acquired after I graduated from college. So I've discovered that successful people are usually people who pursue knowledge. People who are constantly growing and learning. All right. Warren Buffett once said that the more you learn, the more you earn. So what I did, you know, I think when I graduated from college was I started to focus on reading books about successful people. I started reading books about money to understand how money works, how to make money grow. And the more I continued to learn, the more I started to grow and the more I started to earn. So if your goal is to truly become wealthy, stop focusing on your past knowledge, what you knew back in the day, and start learning new information today so that you can truly become wealthy, okay? Because if you become stagnant here, trust me when I tell you, the other components will not make sense. In fact, you will never become wealthy in the other components if you are devoid of intellectual wealth. You have to start reading about successful people. Start reading about other subjects, other areas that you didn't know nothing, that you didn't know anything about, right? Start listening to audiobooks, go on YouTube and watch and learn things. I am sharing with you the secret on how to grow intellectually, okay? So that's the first thing, right? That's the first dimension. The second dimension is what I call physical, right? Physical wealth. All right, physical wealth is extremely important, just like the other dimensions of wealth. But here's the deal. It doesn't matter what you know, and it doesn't matter the other components of wealth. If you're not physically in shape and you're not 100% healthy, nothing else matters. See, there's a saying that your health equals wealth. That's absolutely true. You can have all the money in the world. I'm talking about billions of dollars. But if you get struck with one sickness, one disease, all that money means nothing. Because there's certain sicknesses, there's certain diseases, certain things that happens to your body, your health, that money just can't buy. So if you're right now, you're perfectly healthy, you are extremely lucky. So I'm sharing with you that in order for you to become wealthy, right, you gotta take care of your health. That means you're working out, you're exercising, right? Your body's in shape. You're eating the right types of food, okay? You're not eating junk food, right? So these are the secret of becoming physically wealthy. You're getting the right amount of sleep. Physical wealth. All right. Remember, your health is wealth. And if you're young right now, this is the best time to start taking care of your health, because you get to a certain age where you just don't have the same amount of energy to do the same things when you were young. All right. But when you start young, you can maintain it and grow it, because now it's a habit to take care of your physical wealth. Okay. The third dimension is what I call social wealth. Of course, social wealth has everything to do with people, okay? Building healthy relationships. Now, when you talk about, wealth, and people consider money as being wealthy, we've seen so many people in the pursuit of making money neglect everything else. Neglect their family, their spouse, their children, their loved ones, their friends, in the pursuit of money. And then you have all the money, but then you've lost the most important thing in the world, or people in the world. Another dimension or segment of this is that you can never truly become financially wealthy if you're surrounded by people who are not financially prosperous. You're in a circle, okay? There's a saying that if you look at the average salary of the 5 closest people to you, that's the most amount of money you will ever earn, okay? So if you're surrounded with people who are struggling financially, who are constantly gossiping, people who are not doing well for themselves, that's going to rub off on you. The birds of the same feather flock together. So you have to be extremely cautious about building the right relationships. In fact, there's some relationships that you will cultivate that they will get you to places that your money will never get you to. The right connections. I've seen this happen over and over in my life by simply developing the right relationships with the right people. That's why I have very few friends. I call very few people my friends, because I'm very cautious, attentive to the people that enter my personal space. Okay? I have a lot of associates, but very few friends. Because wherever your friends go, there you go, okay? So pay attention to this, social wealth. Build the right relationships. Start finding the right mentors, people who are already where you want to be, and then start following them. Offer them your service. How can you serve them so that way you can get closer to them? I have so many people that say, hey, Deepo, can you mentor me, right? I would love to, but I just don't have the time. But guess what? There's certain people that they get my attention immediately. You know why? They say, hey, what can I do for you? I can do this. I'm a graphic designer, right? Or I know how to develop a website. I can do this. How can I add value to you? Some even offer to do it for me for free, right? Instantly, they get my attention because why? They're adding value to me. So now as they're adding value to me, right? I'm able to deposit the little that I know into their lives. And then they grow and they get what they want from it. It's a win-win situation. But never expect a mentor to dedicate their lives or their time to you without you giving something in exchange. Wealthy people, successful people don't have that kind of time, okay? So you gotta be willing to pay the price to make sure that you develop your social wealth, because your social wealth can ultimately lead to financial wealth, okay? Now, the fourth dimension here is what I call spiritual wealth. All right, spiritual wealth. Now, why is spiritual wealth important? It's important because we are spiritual beings. As much as you think that you are here to live forever, no. You, that you're watching this video, you are a spirit, okay? And your spirit lives inside what we call a body. Your body is a container, is a package, is a house. Okay, the same way you physically walk into a house is the same way your spirit is living in a house called body. So that means that you have to stay connected with our spirit, your spiritual source. All right, my spiritual source is God. Some people don't believe there is a God. Some people don't believe, they believe in evolution and different things. That's great, right? But what I've come to understand that one of the keys to happiness, to being successful, is having a relationship with God. because now you know your purpose. You know why you're here. You're not moving from one thing to another, but you're focused on what you're called to do. And the way to do that is to stay connected. And then finally, we have what we call financial wealth. All right. Financial wealth. This is what most people focus on, the money, right? And of course, I will say this, that you can never truly be wealthy if you don't have money. Money is important. You need money to survive. You need money to take care of your family, to put a roof over your head, and to be a blessing to other people. But here's the key. The key to having more money, to becoming financially wealthy, is to have what I call ideas. You need ideas to make money. Ideas equals money. There's a saying that when a person with an idea meets a person with money, the person with the idea will leave with the money, and the person with the money will leave with the idea, okay? That's also why it's important for you to do this. Grow intellectually, because it's what you know that determines this, okay? People tend to give people money that know what they're doing, all right? And that's why if you're just pursuing money and you're just doing all different dubious things to make money, the money never lasts because you don't understand truly the purpose of money, okay? So financial wealth has a lot to do with implementing the ideas that come to you, all right? Not necessarily working a job, but taking action on ideas that you've been able to think through over a period of time. And then as you act on those ideas, you start to attract financial wealth to yourself, okay? Now, I've just shared with you the 5 dimensions of creating wealth, all right, of building wealth. And of course, you might be straight, you might be 100% in one of these areas, but if you want to be truly wealthy, you have to make sure that all 5 components are intact. Okay, so look at the board, look at which one that you are not consistent in, and start building that area. And my friends, I guarantee you that as you grow in all these areas, you, my friend, are one step closer to becoming truly wealthy. All right, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to catching you on my next video. Until next time, peace.